morning, afternoon, evening, and night. Hopefully, you guys enjoy this content. Try my best. I'm gonna wait for a few moments before I can get started. In fact, I'm already ready for the game. Finally, the Vikings play a game at noon. First 2 weeks were nighttime games, and one game was a miracle. We came back from behind, and the second game, well, we got our asses kicked. But sometimes it's tough to be a Vikings fan, let's be honest. With Wentz as our quarterback, time will tell what we actually get to see today. I don't say, quite frankly, we don't know yet what to expect. And yes, I know one is bigger than the other. It's what it is. But me so freaking honey. We love you a long time. So I want to talk about the NFL. Didn't go live Friday or Saturday. I was like, sometimes you need to take a couple days off after you go live as much as I did. The fact is, at the end of the day, I want to talk about 5 years ago. Because this is where I lost a lot of respect for the NFL. The China virus and the way they pushed it was one of those things where I lost a lot of respect for a lot of stuff out there, let's be honest. These asshats, a virus that killed 0.03% of people, and to those that died, that sucks. But when George Floyd died, the state that I live in, the great state of Minnesota, they pushed this whole bullshit that the BLM, that movement was actually going strong, let's be honest. And they burned down cities. So the NFL, because this wrote the whole summer, so the NFL decided to say on their things, the ending of the end zones would be Black Lives Matter. Okay. Black Lives Matter. I get it, but I always thought all lives matter. The fact is, the NFL fucked up big time. When they did this, and they have some actual good things at the end of the live I'm going to be talking about a little bit later. But when they actually brought up the whole Black Lives Matter thing, movement into games, people are going to these sporting events to get away from politics. They really are. And today I'll be going to the alley to actually enjoy the Vikings getting a W today. I don't say it, people tell me. The fact is, when you have a sporting anything, bringing any kind of politics into it, that's where I get pissed. I love talking politics. I can talk politics all day long, to be honest. But, people have actually told me sometimes people don't want to talk about politics. So I actually, when I go out to vote, I don't even talk politics. Unless it's brought up. Once it's brought up, well, then it's an open floodgate is open. I don't give a shit. I'll talk politics the rest of the fucking time. The fact is, at the end of the day, that's how I roll. But when the NFL decided to actually do the BLM movement, it's like, really? We're here to have fun. And we get to see this at the end zones when they score a touchdown. At that point, you're just hoping they're scoring field goals. Because, you know what? You don't want to see the whole fucking thing. Because until all lives matter, no lives matter. I've gone through this whole thing for a long time. How's it going? Another day of paradise. The fact is, when it came down to it, we're the most retarded country because we've allowed it to become so retarded. Let's be honest. It has become our job to be the most stupid country on God's green earth. What other way was there to show a problem? Well, the fact is, George Floyd was a thug. He was a criminal. And it's so simple. The fact is, majority of black people are good people. And Kirk was also a good person. Yes, he was a good person. I think that's what you're saying. The fact is, let's talk about this for a little bit because you know what? I'm enjoying this. The BLM movement was a cancer. And let's be honest, Kirk was a good guy, brother. The fact is, if you don't believe it, well, then that's pretty sad. Did you ever watch any of his videos? Did you actually seriously watch any of his videos? The fact is, I was trying to stay away from Charlie Kirk today. Well, then you're a moron, brother, because you don't get it. You must be watching too much other fucking platforms like CNN, MSNBC, because everything that I ever saw of Charlie Kirk was actually love and grace and wanting to make. He wanted to bring people together and actually have a real conversation. And what you're spewing right now, just in the comments, I'm actually enjoying this because you know what? I'm gonna get back to the BLM, get back to my NFL thing. The fact is, I'm actually enjoying this. For the people that are watching right now, I have a question for you. What's your guys' thoughts? Because this is insane. These are crazy people out here that are actually saying this rhetoric right now. The fact is, I feel sorry for you. Hey, Chuck, I feel sorry for you, brother. Because he did not incite violence. He didn't help. They even asked about trans people, and the fact is, he's like, I don't care about them. They need help. That's basically all he would ever say. They need help. Jeez Louise. That's why I'm having a freaking hams after this live. I had a feeling this was gonna come up. The fact is, because Charlie Kirk is gonna come up at the end of this thing, to be honest. That's the reason why I was doing this live this morning. But you guys can type away. I want to actually talk a little bit more, and maybe oh man, oh this is funny. So let me continue on. So when it came to the whole BLM movement, first it was during the China virus, and then George Floyd dies the way he died. First and foremost, he was OD'd anyway. The cop didn't kill him. He was OD'd. Let's be honest. And the fact that so many people think that the cop killed him. No. He probably, it's like Super Troopers, that movie, where the guy in the backseat just downs all the drugs. To me, that's what reminds me of George Floyd, because he was doing something stupid, and the whole $20 bill thing, that's the only reason why he became famous. I could talk about another person that actually passed away like a month ago. She never wanted to be famous. I mean, she died holding her neck, scared as hell on a fucking train, Primary French week. She is our George Floyd. I saw one video where she's not our George Floyd. These were the two topics that I didn't want to touch, even though Charlie Kirk was going to be mine at the end. But she died alone. But the BLM movement, when it came to football, it was in baseball as well. I'm pretty sure it was in basketball. I'm pretty sure it was all the fucking sports. It pissed me off. It's like, this is why I can't have fun anymore. Another reason why I got so invested in freaking politics, because you know what? These assholes out there think they have all the words, they have all the say, they have all the freaking power. The fact is, we're the ones that allow them to actually have that power. We're the ones that vote them in. And the fact is, we allow this. I live in Minnesota. The fact is, it's three major areas of Minnesota that gets Democrats won. It's Rochester, the Twin Cities, and Duluth. Like our say, it's pretty much nothing, which is sad. The rest of the state is pretty much red. There's a couple dots of blue throughout the state, but basically the rest is actually all red. And to me, it's so freaking annoying. But you got to go by, by the way it actually goes, because at the end of the day, that's how we roll. That's how we roll in America. But the whole hell, I definitely don't want Walsh in there again in the next term because he says he's running. But the whole BLM movement was a cancer. Since Trump became president, you don't hear of them anymore. That's what's actually, I think, is hilarious. Tampon Timmy. Damn right. Tampon Timmy. Boys need tampons in their asses. I would never say it, quite frankly. People tell me, boys need tampons in their asses. I love that. That's going back to the BLM movement. And this actually started years ago, but with George Floyd, it was a big push. And the fact is, what sucks is because of the China virus, they allowed somehow cities to burn, but you cannot go to somebody's local shop because they were closed because of the China virus. Huh. How the hell does that work? I think it's funny. The fact is that year of 2020, the summer of so-called love, when it came down to the rhetoric of the left, where they were allowed to actually go out and spew this bullshit, but going to church, you could not do that. It actually made no sense whatsoever. It really made no sense, but at the same time, at the end of the day, to each his own. And if you opened up, they were going to frickin' arrest you. These people, these thugs were out there to frickin' destroying properties and cars and killing people. David Dorn always comes to my mind because he's that cop that was killed protecting his friend's business. And I think he was retired, actually, even. But they asked him to come, and he did, and he paid the ultimate sacrifice. So this is during the NFL time of 2020. They have all this shit on there. Actually, didn't they have that crap on Black Lives Matter for a couple years? Maybe more than that. The fact is, I never really paid attention because I thought it was retarded. I kind of lost a lot of respect from the NFL because they did all this crap and this rhetoric, but tomato, I guess. The fact is, I have a fantasy team, by the way, so I got that going for me. But the fact is, when it comes down to it, when the NFL decided to actually go with the punches of what the left needs you to do so they can get more, I guess, money from the left, let's be honest, they did it. And it was sad. I told my mom straight out, I was like, I'm pissed right now because there's no reason for the NFL to support this bullshit. First off and foremost, most of those players are black. I get that. And even they were probably pissed off about this whole thing. They're like, this is bullshit. We already know our lives matter. But it's only the criminals' lives that really matter. It's only the criminals' lives that really matter. If you're a good civilian, if you're a good person that's actually doing your job, go after yourself. But if you're a criminal, we need you. We need you. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Seriously, what the hell is going on here? So, once the NFL finally decided to erase the Black Lives Matter thing, because when people say all lives matter during that time, that was racist, which I think is hilarious. When they finally took it down, I applauded the NFL. It's like, it's about fucking time. It's about time that you fucking finally wake up, because you know what, at the end of the day, all lives matter. Until all lives matter, I've said before, no lives matter. And that's the truth. If you pick a fucking shade of which is better, not only are you dumbass, you're wrong. And when it comes to black on white crime, you're 12% chance higher to be killed by a black person. Those are actually stats. I wish I would actually have my iPad. My iPad's upstairs on the charger. I was watching some YouTube before I came live here. So, no, it's true. It's true, brother. Look it up. Look it up. The fact is, I shouldn't even actually say that you're a dude, because I don't know what you identify as. I don't say it. People tell me. Quite frankly, people get offended. But now we can get to the fun part. This is actually a longer live than I thought it was going to be. So, with Charlie Kirk passing, some teams actually did a memorial thing for him last week. And hopefully more teams do it this week, in remembrance of a man that was actually legit. He actually never threatened anybody. He never frickin'... He might have made a little fun, but the fact is, at the end of the day, who doesn't make a little bit of fun? I mock the left all the time. I am not a saint, and I'll always say it. I don't give a shit what people think about me. I'm more of a half-ass comedian. I've always called myself half-ass comedian, because Charlie Kirk was actually that kind of guy that was actually there to actually have a real conversation with people. And the NFL and a lot of other events like NASCAR, some baseball teams, actually gave him some time. It was like a moment of silence. And to me, that shows something. So the NFL went from being, for me, 0 to 80%. Not all the teams did it, but the fact is, if there's one team that did it for me in the NFL, I will give it 85% at that point. Because you know what? We need this kind of thing for a guy like Charlie. He was not racist, whether the fact is, whether the left wants to say it is or not. He wanted to have a conversation with the left. If you don't watch any of his videos, you don't understand. And me and my buddy BB actually watched quite a few. He's a smart fella. So Chuck, I have a question for you, brother. So do you go on people's lives just to, do this? Because to me, it's funny. This is funny. I've had people come on here to troll, but you're the ultimate troll. I've had people say they hate me. I'm like, okay, that's awesome. It's like, I don't care what people think. I'm going to stay on here just for a bit longer, just for this conversation right here. If you would be... Really? Wow. Broke my heart. Yes, they do suck this year. We will see today, though, with Winston there as our quarterback. Right now, they do suck. The just joking part, it's actually legit. It's one of those things where it is, quite frankly, what it is. Oh, man. When it comes to Charlie Kirk, that guy was a hero. And the fact is, you don't have to agree. You don't have to agree. The fact is, hopefully after this coming week, we'll be done with this conversation for a beat. Because I'm even exhausted with it. I already said it before on my lives beforehand, because I'm actually just tired. It feels like a month already. It does feel like a month. But, when there's new evidence, you got to cover it. Otherwise, you're actually not doing your job. Oh, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. Well, you guys are. I'm actually enjoying reading. You guys like later. People are gonna be watching this. Like they won't be able to see these chats at all. But that's like, hmm, what is he? See, I got like eyes of like people like Asian eyes. I just noticed that badly. Holy shit. Oh man. Oh, that's too funny. Um, I'll wait a little bit longer to see if you guys have anything else to say, because I'm pretty much done here. At least Charlie Kirk's name is being remembered. Oh man. And I always forget to say, for those that have not done it yet, when I actually had a bigger group of people on here, if you enjoy this content, please hit the subscribe button, like and notification bell. The fact is, I was going straight into the whole BLM once I had more than 2 people watching. It was like it's what I do, and I should always put these on my notes. I actually literally just had this actually as my thing. NFL, BLM, Charlie Kirk. That's all I actually had on here. I don't go by a prompter. First off, I hate reading. Number two, it's one of those things where I just enjoy just speaking out of my mind and not reading off something that I wrote. Plus, my writing sucks. A lot of times, I don't even actually can read my own writing. So I go by what's up here and let it come out here, and it comes from here. The fact is, that's how people have to do it. And I think I'm done. I might go live later today. If I don't go live later today, I will be going live tomorrow night. Probably between I'll say 9:30 tomorrow. So still have a little more research to do. I will be doing if I don't do the trans shooting thing tomorrow, I'm doing that on Wednesday. But this week it will be done. Because at the end of the day, that's an important one. And I still got a little bit of digging to do yet. And it's one of those lives that's going to probably be one of my biggest ones I've ever done on here. And I want to make sure I get everything, dot my I's and cross my T's on that one. So it's one of those things where if it takes me till Wednesday, hopefully you guys will forgive me for that little extra time. But I plan on doing it tomorrow night. So, but anyway, once again, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Until next time, peace out, and like always, happy holidays.